All right, YouTube, it is Mr. Mean coming at you this Sunday morning from Madison, Wisconsin. I hope everybody is doing fantastic. I have had a fantastic weekend and wanted to take a little bit of time before I go and get breakfast to feed my big ass because Mr. Mean is hungry. Voice is gone a little bit. It's convention week, and you can imagine lots of people yelling and screaming. I'm recording this on my iPad Pro, so angles may be a little different, and obviously the lighting is different because I am in a hotel and not at my home setup. So today is Sunday, the last day of the con. It has been absolutely fantastic. I've had a blast. I was able to share a booth with Hobbs and Friends, Jason Hobbs. He's been on the channel. We've recorded some videos together. Jason is a fantastic person. I'm super glad to know him. For those that don't know, GameholeCon is GameholeCon number 8. It is the first one that I've gone to, and I gotta say, it's absolutely fantastic. I have really enjoyed myself. I've gotten to play in a bunch of fantastic games. I got to play Pathfinder, Savage Pathfinder, which was a blast. The GM was fantastic. Really a lot of fun. Didn't know the rules quite. I mean, he knew the Savage World rules really well. Did not know Savage Pathfinder. And so me and another guy who both backed the Kickstarter actually had the rules PDFs with us. And so we were able to fumble along. But fantastic, fun time was had. I can't wait to get the box set into my greedy little paws and run it for my friends, because we're playing in a regular Paizo Pathfinder game, and I know that they are going to absolutely adore it. So I'm super excited. I can't wait to get it. It was a lot of fun. I got to play in Dave Beatty's Weird Frontiers, where he actually ran it, and oh my God, I mean, everybody on this channel knows that I'm a huge DCC fan. I can't say enough good stuff about Weird Frontiers. It was amazing. It was a lot of fun. It made sense. The characters are, how do I put this? The characters feel powerful. I was playing a mystic monk, which most people know that I'm a huge fan of, like the martial arts monk classes. And it was a blast. I felt like I could do things. We were, I believe we were second level characters, if I remember correctly. Second or third, you know what? I got my character sheet right here. And we were second level characters. This is the angle here with the iPad is a little off. So, and it's going to be backwards. But yeah, it was really well done. I love the character sheets. They're very nice. They were on heavy card, you can probably hear. And it was a lot of fun. He had all of our abilities on here. He had, if I could turn it right side up, he had all of our abilities. Yeah, our hit points, our armor class, and our grit. And it was pretty cool. He ran an adventure that one of his friends had written for him for the game. Two of the artists and one of the writers was in the game as well, so that was really neat. Can't wait to see the physical product of the book. David is beside himself, you know. And if you haven't backed that project, please go check it out. It's kind of hard to edit the video and do everything I want to do while I'm here in Madison, but when I get home, I'll go put links, or you can go back into the doobly-doo and you can check the Weird Frontier video that I did, and that will have all the links in it that you can go support this project. Because with COVID and the shipping containers and all the mess, David's been hit with some extra fees and stuff that he wasn't planning on, and the poor guy, he's literally not going to make any money off this project. And we're talking a 900 and something page book, like 930 pages. This book is going to be you thought the DCC book was thick. Wait till you see this book. But I'm telling you, if you like DCC, if you like that style of gaming, Weird Frontiers is going to blow you away. I mean, we got to play with a luchador, a hellbilly, which was absolutely awesome. We had a Montebank. We had the Monk. We had basically like a Belmont, which is like a tinkerer. It was just amazing. It was super fun. But I got to the con on, I drove up down to Madison Wednesday after work, checked into my hotel, which this is the room, and it's actually quite nice. We've stayed here before, and it was very nice. And so my wife found a great deal, and so I was able to stay here again. The wife and kids are actually back in Duluth because my wife had to work, and my son's just started a new daycare, and we don't want to pull him out of it and everything. So anyway, got checked in Thursday morning and got my cool swag, the nice t-shirt, and then every year they have a theme. This year it's the Beholder, and that might be their theme every year, and they just do it in various ways, but the t-shirt is actually very nice. They also gave you a nice brochure. There's bios on all the dignitaries that were here, the artists and personalities. But what they did that really, really sold it for me was the convention layout is actually a dungeon map. So that was really cool. I really enjoyed that. And of course, all the numbers on the map correspond to where the booths and all the things are at the convention. So that was really cool. I wasn't expecting that. I flipped through this thing twice looking for the convention layout, like, well, where do I go for this? And I didn't realize it until my third flip through. Oh, I thought they were just giving us a free adventure. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. When I looked at it, I was like, oh, so there's things to do here. I did get to see B. Dave Walter, one of the luminaries here. He's a consummate streamer and, just GM and gamer. And Satine Phoenix was here, and I got to wave to her. Very pretty as always, and super nice. I got to play Bare Bones Fantasy, which was one of the games I really wanted to play. Today I get to play Bash at 11 o'clock, and that goes from 11 to 4 or 11 to 5. I've been wanting to play Bash because I own the books, and I want to see how it plays. I've heard good things about it, and I like superheroes. So, but I did get to play Bare Bones, and man, I enjoyed it so much that I went over to Noble Knight, because Noble Knight is in Madison. They're in Fitzpatrick, Wisconsin, or I can't remember the exact name of the city, but it was a hop skip. It was literally less than 10 minutes away. And so I ran over there real quick. I went to their booth in the dealer's room, and they were like, oh, no, we don't have it, but we do have it in stock. You can go over there. Here's a 10% off coupon, and you can go get it. And so I did. And wow, you want to talk. This guy skinned this in the vein of Skyrim and Elder Scrolls. So we had a Khajiit, we had all different characters, and it was fun. His name was Brian, as well as a GM, and it was fantastic. He did a really great job. He has access to a 3D printer. Funny enough, I started talking to him. I said, yeah, I came all the way from Duluth, Minnesota to play in your game. And he goes, that's funny, because I came all the way from Duluth, Minnesota to run this game. So come to find out, he works at UMD. Super nice guy, and was really excited to meet him. And he was a great GM, a lot of fun. He's a professor at the college, and so he doesn't necessarily run an ongoing campaign back home. He runs for a short amount of time, because then as a professor, he's very busy with his students. And so it was a lot of fun. But he did a great job. He 3D printed some septums, the coins of ESO, and so that was pretty cool. And we use those as what they call bones, and in bones they basically give you a reroll, can save your life, that kind of thing. So we each started the game with 2 bones. I think you might get a bone per level, because it's called Bare Bones Fantasy. So they call their little bennies, whatever you want to call them, they call them bones. So really good book. So I went, like I said, I went out and bought it, and I bought a little splat book that does like basically cities and helps the GM come up with cities and things. My iced coffee, so I had to start my day. So that was one of the things I picked up in the dealer's room. Super excited via the dealer's room, via their store. I saw this yesterday as I was walking through the dealer's room. I just happened to glance down, and I saw it was on one of the guys, and I don't have it yet. So I picked up Quarantine 37 for Stargrave. So very excited to get that. This adds alien monsters like in the movie Aliens, and zombies, and also rules for solo play. So very excited to add that to my collection. One day I'll get to play it. I'm working on my Infinity miniatures to be my miniatures for my warband. I also have some Necromunda Palanite Enforcers that I also want to paint up as a warband for my Stargrave thing. All the rest of this stuff is stuff for my collection, or I wanted for review purposes, or I just wanted it. So I bought the box set of, well, not the box set. I bought the core rulebook and then the red book of magic for the new version of RuneQuest. I think it's 7th or 8th edition. But I went by the Chaosium booth and they had the starter set. And I'm going to do a full review on this when we get back home. I'm not going to do it today. This is just kind of a status video and let everybody know that I'm alive and well, because I noticed it's been 2 weeks since I uploaded a video, and I wanted to get something out there. So RuneQuest starter, this, if you're not sure you want to play in the realm of Glorantha or the RuneQuest world, because I'm not sure if this is still set in Glorantha. I don't know. I haven't read up enough on it. Yep, the world of Glorantha. So yeah, we're still set in the world of Glorantha. You know, Greg Stafford, Jeff Richard, and Jason Doral. I think I'm pretty sure Greg Stafford passed away later last year or earlier this year. I can't remember. But it's nice to see that they still have his name on the book. But this is the starter box set. And you may say, well, John, you already have the core book. Why would you buy the starter set? Because for $30, this is amazing. I believe it was $30. Yeah, $30, $29.99. You get a set of dice, and the dice are the same in every box. They're a bronze colored dice, and I don't want to open it up. I don't want to, because I'll get sidetracked like a starry cat. But there's like 14 ready-made characters for you to play. The pamphlets that are in here, they're just soft-covered staple-bound books, give you everything you need to play. So if you're not ready to take the plunge yet, and you don't want to spend the $50-$60 on the core rule book, there's a bunch of maps in here as well. I think there's 4 books in here that the backs turn into a giant map. So when you lay them all flat, you can get a big map. There's bang for your buck here. The pre-generated characters are super awesome, and we'll do a big review on this when I get back to Duluth later on in the week. So gorgeous. If you're on the fence, buy it. It's worth every penny of it. And then there's 2 of my Discord buddies, Nasser, Super Beast, love you, bro, and Jonathan Baldridge, aka the Batman. Love you, man. Jonathan and I, we like a lot of the same things, and then again, we don't like a lot of the same things. And I think that's great, because we will go back and forth about why this game is good, and then eventually we agree to disagree. And that's what I like about the community that we have on Mr. Mean Speaks Discord server, is we are varied, we are diverse, and we have opinions, and we share them, but we don't turn into assholes. So Jonathan, or the Batman, and Nasser are like, oh, Mr. Mean, you've got to get Astonishing Swordmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea. You got to get it. You're going to love it. You love DCC. You're going to love this. So I stayed up all night, Friday night, reading this, because the gentleman that makes the game is here. And I'm horrible with names. I apologize. Jeffrey Talanian is here. And this is the 2019 version. There is a new version that was successfully kickstarted. It is not out yet, at least not for retail. So I got this. I love the cover. I love the layout of the book. It's really done well. The art is very consistent, and I really like it. It does have that DCC feel of art. And again, full review coming, but not for me. Did not enjoy my read. And that's not me saying it's a bad game. That's just saying it's not for me. Would I play a game if somebody ran it? Sure, I'll play just about anything if the GM is halfway decent. So full review coming on this. I'm glad I picked it up. I'm glad I have it for my library, but it was not for me. As far as like something that I would run. The other, the other great thing is another one that I'll probably never run, but I'm so glad that I found this and they had it and I was able to add it to my collection. And that, look at that. Oh my God, is that not beautiful? This is the Call of Cthulhu, I believe it's 7th edition. This is the Keeper Rulebook, the collector's edition. And the cover, I just want to take this off and show you this. And like I said, I'm never going to run this. I might play in a Call of Cthulhu game. Look at that cover. It is I assume faux leather. I doubt it's real leather, but if you have the collector's edition of Rangers of the Shadow Deep, it had that green, like kind of soft leather. That's what this is. And look at that. And then rich red embossed Call of Cthulhu, Keeper's Rulebook, 40th anniversary. And again, I'll do a full review on this when I get back home. But I have the 20th anniversary, which was green with the big eye. It was either the eye or the star. So I'm very proud to have this in my collection. It does have ribbons in it. Looks like it's got 2 ribbons. The pages are red gilded, and it's slightly semi-gloss paper, so it's not that parchment style paper that the 20th edition had. But oh my God, is it gorgeous. It is just absolutely very, very color. You know, like I said, full review inbound. But yeah, just absolutely astonishing. I'm, like I said, very happy to have it in my collection. And the slip cover is beautiful as well. This bad boy was $90 and it was available at the convention. So I don't know if the price is going to go up if you buy it online or not, but super happy to have that in my collection. And then the last book, I got one more thing after the book, but the last book was an awesome find. Everybody knows I'm not a huge fan of 5th edition D&D. It's okay, I'll play it. I played in my buddy Brian's game via a Roll20 for quite a while, and I'm not a fan of Roll20, so that's 2 notches against you. And I still played in the game for quite a while because I enjoy Brian's style of GMing, and then all the other players were all my Connecticut buddies and stuff, so we got to get online and play together, and that's awesome to hang out with them. But it just got to be too much in my new job and everything. So it's well known that I'm not a huge fan of 5th edition. And then I'm walking through the dealer's room and I find Rich Escofleur, and I hope Lescofleur, I'm not quite sure how to say his name. I always mangle it. But I see that Alligator Alley is there. They've got a booth. And he's got hard copies of the Threats database, which basically, if you don't know, this is Esper Genesis, which is a sci-fi 5th edition variant. Now, I got Carbon 2185. I backed it on Kickstarter. I had missed the Kickstarter for Esper Genesis. And I bought the core book on Amazon and very happy with it. I did a review. Go down in the doobly-doo down there and check it out. But I did a review of it and I loved it. And I actually played it for a while. I'm probably going to run via Foundry another session because I just love Esper Genesis. I think it's great. And Rich recognized me when I said I was Mr. Mean. He remembered me from my review, and he's like, "Oh man, you know, great review, but you busted my balls on the delivery." I'm like, "Well, people backed it on Kickstarter, and they still don't have their books, and it's been going on 3 years now, I believe, and so." I had to give them a hard time about it because let's face it, people tied up their money. They want their books. 2019 is when this was published. And it just now came out in hard copy a couple months ago. I think at the beginning of the summer, you could get the physical copy. This is on Amazon and drive-through, and, so you can get copies of it now. It's out there in the wild. But Rich, super nice guy. I got Rich to sign it, and I got Eric Wilson to sign it as well. So it was pretty Eric Weiner to sign it, which he did a lot of the design on it, and he was also the producer. He was super nice. So I was able to talk with them, and then I got Rich's contact information and going to do an interview with him on the channel to talk about this. But like I said, I'm not a huge 5th edition fan, and this is my sci-fi 5th edition. This does not feel like 5th edition when you play it. The rules changes that he's put in there, and the races, there's no, and I'll make this analogy. 5th edition has Esper Genesis, Pathfinder has Starfinder. Starfinder feels like Pathfinder with the space trope tacked on. You have goblins in space, you have dwarves in space, you have, elves in space. You don't have any of that bullshit here. And I love Paizo. I love their products. I'm just not a fan of Starfinder. This is space game. This is aliens in space. There's no sun swords. There's no lightsabers. You're not gonna do Star Wars in this. You're not gonna do You could do Star Trek, but it would be a little weird. But you could do it, and you could do Star Wars if you really wanted to. But anyway, go back in the archives, check my review. This is the threats database. This is equivalent to the monster manual. And the art in here is, oh my God, fantastic. The layout of the book is really good. It is a grand collection of sci-fi monsters and villains. So it is amazing. And you will definitely be glad that you picked this up if you're an Esper Genesis, or if you just want some sci-fi monsters, because these have full stat blocks. You could use this in your D&D campaign, and if you wanted great old ones, or outer planar beings or whatever, or just if you have those players that know every monster and they're not threatened or feel worried about anything, throw something out of here at them and watch them scramble and panic. So that's the goody things, the books I got. And then the last thing I picked up was at the Weird Frontiers game. Dave had dice. So these are Xochi dice. I'm not going to open them, but you can see it's all the weird dice. So there's a D30, a D24, a D16, a D20. I mean, it has a full set of polyhedrals in here, plus all the weird dice that you need, your Xochi dice that you need for DCC. So a D3, a D5, a D7. It's phenomenal. Beautiful dice pack. I think this will set you back $30. They're all the same. They're all this copper and iron and copper is what he calls it, and they're really nice. They roll well. I used them for my Mystic Monk, and I enjoyed every minute of it. So, and of course, it has a little pamphlet on the inside that you pull out, and it'll tell you a little bit about the dice and Weird Frontiers. And by the way, Dave's game is his brand is Stiff Whiskers Press, so you can go check that out there. Then he got this manufactured by Impact Miniatures. So they made the dice for him. And like I said, they're really nice dice. So that's everything I got at the con. Having an absolute blast. I'm going to go get some breakfast right now, and then I have an 11 o'clock game. That's going to be my last game for the convention. And then I will actually pack up and be ready to go tomorrow morning when I check out of the hotel and drive home. It's a 5-hour drive back to Duluth. And weather is starting to get colder. So I doubt I'll get snow on the way home, but who knows? We haven't had snow yet this year, so the snow season is starting late, but very excited. Had a wonderful time, a great time. I'm making plans to go to Con of the North, I believe it is, which is in Minneapolis in February. I should be able to make that one. I'll bring the family with me for that one so that we can all have a good time. And yeah, so far so good, guys. Having a blast. Thank you guys for liking and subscribing and growing the Meanie Army. I'm on Discord. Jump on the Discord. Go talk about your favorite gaming. We have a great community there. A number of publishers are there, and they participate in it actively. So let's grow the Meanie Army. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm close. I'm at like 946, 947. We had a few people drop. It happens. You get a couple join, you get a couple that drop because the content's not for them or whatever. But hopefully everybody likes what they see and it's informative. We'll have full reviews of everything coming in. I've got enough content now to last me a while. I'm super excited. I can't wait to get the physical book. The physical book for Weird Frontiers won't be here until after the new year. Dave just sent off the proofs, finally got them all approved, and everything looks good. So that will go out it's at the printers now, and once they get it all done, it still has to be physically printed and then slow boat from China, literally, to get over here to the U.S. So hopefully we'll get that, later in the year, by maybe February. Maybe by Con of the North I'll have it, and we can do a review of it at the con. Or I'm pretty sure Dave Beatty may be at Con of the North, and if he is, I'll try to play in another game, because I really enjoy. I want to run it. It is a game that speaks to me. I love Wild West. I love the mystic arts in my games, and I like the spooky. I'm not a horror GM, and this kind of equates to a lot of horror, but you don't have to run it that way. You can run it like Deadlands, and I love Deadlands. So, guys, just great. Thanks for supporting the channel. I'm on Patreon. If you support me on Patreon, it's $5 a month. You get a special designator on the Discord channel. You also get first dibs on any games I run as a Patreon member. I'll reach out to you and say, hey, I'm running game XYZ, and would you like to play? And if you do, then you get first dibs. So we're going to revisit the Fallout game, and unfortunately everybody's schedules didn't work out, but we are going to come back to the Fallout game and play that in the future. Other than that, guys, peace and hair grease. Bless you. Wear your mask, be safe, get vaccinated if you can, protect your loved ones, protect the people around you. Most importantly, protect yourself, guys. We need to stay strong and kick this COVID shit in the ass so we can get rid of it. Other than that, it's been a blast. We're coming up on 27 minutes. I don't want to ramble too long. Support the channel, like and subscribe, tell your friends. Let's get to that thousand marker. And everyone, just be safe out there. And I'll talk to you soon. Peace and hair grease. Mr. Mean says, be nice.